day. So the Lakers are in action tonight. We are in Sacramento, visiting the Sacramento Kings. Yes, we are in the capital of California to take on the Kings. We all know that we just faced the Kings on Friday, Black Friday. After the day after Thanksgiving, we saw the Kings come to Staples Center, and it was a thriller. It was a three overtime. We went to three overtimes, you guys. Three overtimes, and we lost. We ran out of gas. We fell short. And we took we took an L, a tough L to take, after the great game we had on the Wednesday previous, before Thanksgiving. We beat the Indiana Pacers, so it was tough to fall to Sacramento on that Friday. But we get some get back tonight. So we are up there in Sacramento, and we are looking to avenge that loss. All right. So that'll be exciting. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. later tonight. We'll have a quick pregame show for you guys a little later, just before tip-off. So look out for that. And how's it going, Tupac Biggie? Glad to see you, bro. Glad to see you. How you doing today, bro? How you doing? We're talking about the Kings. We got that matchup with the Kings tonight, that rematch, after that embarrassing loss on Friday after Thanksgiving. We're back at it tonight. We're up there in Sacramento, 7 p.m. tip-off, try to avenge that loss. But unfortunately, we have some a little breaking news, a little injury, another injury to add to the injury list. This time it's with the starter, Avery Bradley. He's dealing with a sore thumb, and he is out tonight. He is officially out tonight. So we are without Avery Bradley. Of course, he's been in the starting lineup for us, as of late, for a while now. He's been in that starting lineup. So now we have to replace him in that starting lineup again, as he's out tonight, and that's tough. Because, we have our hands full with Dan Fox and Buddy Hield and all those guys up there. So we were without Avery Bradley. So now, once again, who's going to step in? Who's going to be that starter? We have a few different options. I like all of them, to be honest. The easy option, you could throw THT back in the starting lineup. When he came back, when he made his debut and he was back for those few games without LeBron, he was in the starting lineup. And, he played very, very well. So we could easily slide THT to start at that 2. That's probably the easiest thing to do. Another option that I like is Wayne Ellington. How about Wayne Ellington? Before we even signed Bradley, remember we signed Bradley one day before opening night. We had we were taking on Golden State, and we signed Bradley because we had injuries to Monk and of course Nunn and Ariza. They were all out, and we were kind of short at that guard spot, so we signed Bradley, and he played that first game, didn't even practice, right? He went straight from street clothes straight to, playing. So that was wild. But before we signed Bradley, and before we had all the injuries, it was rumored that Wayne Ellington was going to be the starter. He was going to be the starter at that 2. So maybe we throw Wayne Ellington in there tonight. And Wayne Ellington's been playing very, very, very well. He's shooting 38% from 3 this year, which is amazing. And it's not like he's taking 1 or 2 shots. He's doing that, shooting five threes a game. That's his average, 5 threes a game, and he's shooting close to 40%. So he's doing his job. He's stretching the floor. And he's looking real, real nice. And he's been doing that off the bench. We haven't seen him in the starting lineup much. He's been doing it off the bench. So now being in there with the starters, he'll get even more open looks, and, maybe he'll knock down, even more of them. When you're out there with the best, when you're out there with LeBron and Russ, and then you got AD up there, you can't cover. You can't send the man to guard Wayne Ellington. So he'll get a lot of open looks. So maybe I like Wayne Ellington there in the starting lineup for tonight, without Avery Bradley, and that'd be real nice. And also another thing that I'm loving from Wayne Ellington is his defense, man. He's actually been playing very good defense. When we got Wayne Ellington, that was a knock. We don't have no defenders. But he's been above, above what I expected from him defensively. So, he's fighting through screens. He's giving effort. And that was one of the major things that we lost in losing KCP, the way KCP used to fight through those screens. And we're seeing a lot of that from Wayne Ellington. So that's really nice. That's an added, been an added treat, in getting Wayne. Of course, we got him for his shooting, and he's doing that. He's getting the job done on that. And again, he's almost shooting 40%, taking 5 threes a night. And, he's been playing, some tough defense. So maybe he slides in there for Avery Bradley tonight. And then the third option, um, well, before I get, I'm gonna make a four options. The third option, Kent Bazemore. Obviously, he was there. He's been in the starting lineup, but of course, he's been at the end of the bench. He hasn't been seeing any minutes, which it was warranted because he was playing awful. He was really really bad. So I'm glad Vogel made that switch and put him out of the lineup once THT came back. But we didn't have a choice. We had to play Baze because again, we still haven't seen Kendrick Nunn. We don't know when he's coming back. And then um, as we just mentioned, Nunn, he hasn't played yet. Sorry, Nunn of THT. THT was out as well. So, we had to play Bazemore. But once we got THT back, Bazemore went to the bench. So that could be another option. We moved Bazemore back into the starting lineup, which I'm not too thrilled about. I don't think any of you guys will be too thrilled about, the way he's played the last time we've seen him. But so that's the third option. Or the fourth option, which is a really nice one. How about AR-15? AR-15, Austin Reeves. That'll be really, really nice to see him in the starting lineup. Of course, we just got him back. He played on the last game. He was out dealing with the hamstring injury, so we just got AR-15 back. How about we throw him in the starting lineup? What is he going to give us? He's going to give us a lot of effort, some young legs against this young Sacramento team, and he's going to give us some tough defense, right? He's going to be up there. He's going to give 100% defensively. So maybe that'll be an option. That'll be really, really nice. But out of the four options that we have, I think I prefer and I like best Wayne Ellington in there to stretch the floor and, stretch the floor in there with Russ and LeBron and AD. I think that'll be really, really nice. But once again, Avery Bradley is out tonight. So I guess we'll wait and see what Vogel which decision Vogel makes, which will come later real fast. Let me get to your comment real fast. Tupac Biggie. Sorry, I'm on my phone, guys. I'm working, but we have this breaking news. So let's see. All right, December 15th. Let's see. It says December 15th is approaching quickly. Hopefully the Lakers will pick up some wing defenders and guards that can play defense. We also need a young athletic big that can complement AD. And then he says Frank Vogel need to play Shandy Brown. He is a good wing defender that can shoot. Yeah, so Shandy Brown is on that two-way contract. I think he's down there with the has he been there? Has he been on the bench? I'm not sure. I can't even recall if he's been on the bench, or I don't know if he's been down there with the South Bay Lakers. But yeah, he's on that two-way contract, so maybe that'll carve out some time with Avery Bradley out. And to me, Avery Bradley hasn't been playing. When we got Avery Bradley, we expected the last version of Avery Bradley that we seen as Laker fans was the championship year, 2020 year, where he was with us all year. We signed him in the offseason. He was with us and he was providing some tough defense, right? It wasn't the defense of his Boston days, but it wasn't too far from that. And we were getting some he was up in your face, picking you up full court, being pesky, creating steals, up in your face. So when we signed Avery Bradley back, that's what we thought we were going to get, and we haven't gotten that. So he's definitely taking some steps back. Again, we signed him as emergency, and he just had to play big minutes. He had to be in the starting lineup because we had injuries to a lot of other people. And we just haven't been getting, to be honest, when you look at the advanced stats, I took a look at that. You look at the advanced stats when he's on the floor, we're getting outscored. It's like a -10 with him. And then when he's not on the floor, we're like plus 2 something or plus 3 points. So that's a drastic, that's a big difference. So to be honest, if you're not providing defense, and his shooting, it's been okay. He knocks down open three every now and again. There's been some games where he comes out on fire, hitting 3 or 4 threes in the first quarter, which is very much appreciated. But it's not like he's not shooting a high volume, and he's not shooting high percentage or whatever. So you got guys like Wayne Ellington who's playing behind you. He's shooting close to 40%, and you're not. It's not like you're So if you're not giving us the points, you're not giving us the offense, you're not shooting a high clip from three, then in order to stay in the lineup, you got to be providing some excellent defense, some lockdown defense. If you're him, and we're not getting that, so you got guys behind you, who's giving us just as, you look at the stats, the numbers are just as good defensively, and they're shooting a higher percentage from three. Guys like Ellington. Then there's really not. You really shouldn't be in the starting lineup, because you're out there. You're out there with the best. You're out there with the best players that we got. That's what our starters are. You're out there with LeBron and Russ and all these guys. So AD, right? So defensively, you should really be creating some havoc, and he hasn't. He's taking some step back. The effort is there. He's trying, but he's just slower, and he's just not as good. He's a little older. We're a couple seasons removed from the 2020 year, and it's just not the same thing. So yeah. So Avery Bradley, he's out tonight, and it may lead to permanent change. To be honest, when you look at this roster, like Tupac Biggie just mentioned, we gotta make a few adjustments, get some people in here, get a couple more guys in here, some wing defenders in here. And to me, Avery Bradley will be one of the first ones to go, when it's time to make those cuts, make those tough decisions, and get a guy out to bring another guy in. To me, he would be the first one to go. Him and DeAndre Jordan. Those will be the first two to go. So he's out tonight, unfortunately. And I personally think that down the road he'll be out as well. So we'll see what Frank Vogel does tonight to replace him. Again, some of the options that we have: Wayne Ellington, THT, back to Kent Bazemore, or AR-15, Austin Reeves. So we'll see a little later today when Frank Vogel announces the starting lineups. But for sure, we will have a new starting lineup tonight, or a different starting lineup tonight than what we've been seeing for the past few games, as Avery Bradley is out dealing with that sore thumb. So stay tuned. As soon as we hear the starting lineups, or, again, I'll try to get a pregame show up for us tonight. So as soon as we hear the starting lineups, we'll definitely mention those. But yeah, Tupac Biggie again. Yeah, December 15th is coming up, and that date is important because that's when we can start. That's when we can officially, start cutting some players or trading players or bringing other players in. I don't think there will be any trades. I think it'll be more like, if anything, some cuts and just grabbing who's ever available. I'm not sure who's all out there. I haven't really looked into that yet, but we will as that date draws closer. But I think we'll wait, a little closer to the trade deadline, and the buyout market and all that stuff before we make any moves. But I don't expect any big moves just because we don't have any assets to really trade. So I don't foresee a big trade coming or anything. The only guys we can really move in trades are THT, because he has a contract, and Kendrick Nunn, because he's not on the vet minimum, but we haven't seen Kendrick Nunn yet. So I don't know how many teams will be interested in trading. Well, Kendrick Nunn, teams would like Kendrick Nunn, but I don't see us moving him because the Lakers still expect, they're expecting a lot out of Kendrick Nunn, and so am I. It's just we got to see him get on the court, and see what he does on the court. It's been unfortunate he's been out this long. We thought we were getting him back around the same time we got THT back. That's when he was supposed to be reevaluated. But they just keep, every time they ask Frank Vogel about it, his response is, he's not close. He's not anywhere close. So I don't know, but we do have some good news. We heard from, I don't know if you guys saw, but Trevor Ariza, he addressed the media yesterday. The first time we've seen Trevor Ariza talk since media day. So that was pretty nice to see. And he's talking about he's going to be reevaluated a week from now, or a week from yesterday. So sometime next week, Ariza should be reevaluated, and we should get some news on him or when we could expect him back. And he was in great spirits. And he said he's been doing a lot of cardio, been working out a lot. I was at that Kings game on Black Friday, and Ariza was out there, getting some shots up. If you go back and look at it, I posted the video on here, the pregame show live at Staples from last Friday, again against the Kings. And so I captured some footage of him out there getting some shots up, and he looked pretty nice. So that'll be a very, very nice welcomed addition. We talk about Tupac Biggie, we talk about it all the time. The wing defenders, well, there's one. He's 6'8", and has a nice wingspan. So that's a nice wing defender for you right there. And I think once he's back, I think he'll be in the starting lineup, and that's a guy we can throw at wings now. Obviously, he's not going to give us 30 minutes a night, but 20 minutes, 25 minutes, whatever. That'll be really, really nice. So we'll see where he's at. And he looks good. He looks to be in good shape. He's been working out. So that'll be a welcome addition. So, that's something, a little bit of help maybe on the way. Again, we're not expecting him to come save us, right? But this team, he was a key piece that we signed during the offseason. And I think defensively, a lot of vocal scheme and a lot of our schemes and stuff was catered to him being in the lineup, us having Trevor Ariza, and we haven't had him all year. Vogel's the type of guy, he likes to have those big wings, those guys with those big wingspans. So when we play those guards and they get us in those pick and roll situations, which we've been getting killed all year long, but when we have those guys and the guard has the ball, gets us in that pick and roll, Vogel likes to really attack, that attack that guard, attack the man with the ball, and make it tough on him to make a pass, right? And then if he does get the pass off, Vogel likes to trust those guys, those back defenders. It may be like a 4-on-3 situation or whatever, but Vogel trusts those guys, so he likes to attack with two guys. Say for instance, we had Ariza, and the guard has the ball in the pick and roll. Vogel will really attack, with like a AD guy. Say Aiton's, say we're playing the Phoenix Suns, right? And Chris Paul's in that pick and roll situation. He has the ball. He's a ball handler. Ayton comes up to set the screen. Well, what Vogel likes to do schematically, what he did in 2020 and what he did in Indiana and what he makes his name on with the pick and roll is that he really attacks. So he'll attack with AD and attack with Ariza, right? Really, really attack hard. And you got those long hands, those long arms, and really it makes it tough for a smaller point guard to get the pass off. And if he does get it off, then he expects that back line, those other guys to be able to handle it. That's tough to do when you got a shorter guy, when you got guys like Avery Bradley. When you don't have those longer guys, it's kind of tough to do. I believe, getting Ariza back, that'll help with that, with the Vogel scheme a little bit. So, just some encouraging news there. Let's get him back. All right, and Kendrick Nunn, we already talked about Kendrick Nunn. Let's see what we got there. Give me 1 second. You said Tupac, Biggie, Frank Vogel need to play Shandy Brown. Yeah. So, Shandy Brown is on that 2-way contract. So I don't know. Maybe with Bradley being out, and maybe that'll lead to something permanent. Maybe we can get a lick at Shandy Brown. Ariza is good, but he is older player that Vogel will play with limited minutes. Yeah, but Ariza is going to be in that starting lineup. I definitely believe that. They speak highly of him. Vogel speaks highly of him, and he already said he has minutes carved out for Ariza. So he's a little older, but I think he'll be a key piece for us, and he'll be in our starting lineup. This team, it definitely was not designed for Avery Bradley. That's not what we did. We didn't want him to be a starter. That's just how it is. And also, I think with Ariza as well, you'll see AD starting at the 5 a lot more because we have that bigger wing guy, something that we've been missing, all year long. So we'll have that guy. So I think AD moves to the 5. He'll start at the 5, and I believe that the starting line, and once we do get Ariza back, I believe the starting lineup will be Russell Westbrook. I think Wayne Ellington will move in there for his spacing, his floor spacing, 3-point shooting, and then Trevor Ariza, LeBron, and AD. I think that'll be a starting 5 once we get that back. I think that was the design, coming into the season. But of course, we had all these injuries, so we had to shuffle things a little bit. But so again, the purpose of this video, Lakers in action tonight against the Sacramento Kings, but we will be without Avery Bradley, who's been starting for us. He's out, dealing with injury. So someone new will be in the starting lineup. Again, I expect to see, and I would like to see Wayne Ellington. He's been playing very, very well, shooting almost 40% from 3 this year, shooting 5 threes a night. And he's been really, really nice for us, and he's been playing some good defense as well. fighting through screens, all that stuff. So we'll wait and see who Vogel decides to go with, who Vogel and the staff decides to go with. But we will have a different start tonight because we will be without Avery Bradley. All right, so just a little breaking news for you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are safe. If you're catching us on the replay, we appreciate you guys. I jumped on live real fast because that was the quickest thing to do to get this information out. But again, the Lakers in action tonight, 7 p.m. tip-off against the Sacramento Kings, a rematch of last Friday's 3 overtime loss. So let's get some get back tonight. Again, we're coming off a win. We're on a 1-game win streak. Coming off that win over Detroit on Sunday, a 4-point win, which the Lakers actually look pretty good. The chemistry looked a lot better. The big 3-6-0, they dominated, had over 82 points or something like that. So they absolutely crushed it. So we're back at it tonight. Let's extend that win streak to 2. We'll be on a little later for a pregame show, so y'all expect that. And, of course, we'll have a postgame show as well. So y'all expect that as well. Lakers Bryce will be with us a little bit later. So you guys have a blessed day. Enjoy the rest of your day wherever you are, whatever you got going on. And, Lakers game day. Let's get after it tonight. Again, where we are without Avery Bradley. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe. Peace. Tupac Biggie, thank you for joining us, man. Thanks for talking to me. It's always a pleasure to see you. And, we'll catch you guys a little bit later. All right, enjoy the rest of your day, your afternoon. Let's get after it. Purple and gold till we die. Purple and gold we ride. It's Lakers over everything. We out. Peace out. Peace.